Well, modesty, you really have to know the culture. So I am in Dubai. So the first time I went out in Dubai, we were just visiting Dubai at the time. I went to the local Starbucks, and at the counter of the Starbucks, there was a woman completely covered in black, a black robe, we call it a shayla, black head covering. Right next to her was a European woman who had spaghetti straps and shorts on with a midriff and a belt wrapped around her bare stomach. And I think she had high heels on. So that's the kind of diversity that you get in Dubai. And I don't dress either of those ways, but I do if I'm meeting with local women or in a more conservative area. I'll wear long sleeves and make sure my legs are covered. And so you really have to know in your context what modesty is to be able to dress modestly. And then relationships with other women, developing those is also getting to know your culture. You know, you have to know when we first went to Dubai, we wanted to make relationships with the Emirati people. And so I went into a Toys R Us, and there was a woman working there. And I was with another friend from the U.S., and we said to her, "We really want Emirati friends. Can we be friends with you?" And she said, "Of course, come over to my house." Well, we didn't realize that would just be expected of them, and she didn't really mean that to be an invitation to us. But we took her up on it, and we went over to her house, and we sat in her majlis, and she basically did not talk and didn't serve us the traditional. Now, you know, I know that when you go to someone's home, they would serve you coffee, they would serve you tea, they would serve you biscuits or cookies, and they would serve you fruit and dates and things like that, no matter what time of day you go over there, and juice. Well, she didn't really do any of that. I think she gave us water. So that was a message. She didn't really mean that invitation, and she was totally perplexed about these two Westerners in her majlis or living room. So again, you have to know the culture, and you want to get to know people. But, you know, I don't think we did any harm on that visit, and we were able to ask her lots of questions. So I also wouldn't be overly concerned about offending people and things like that. Just as you go, try to learn the culture and try to reach out to other women. And I would say make sure it's other women that you're developing relationships with. I would not, in any other culture, develop a relationship with any men. That can be very dangerous in most cultures. And it's not acceptable in the vast majority of cultures in Asia. So that's what I would say.